Jake Ludington here at HP Discover, and I'm here in the server petting zoo with Tim Golden to take a look at the DL560 and 580, which we have here in front of us. This being the 560 and this is the 580.
That's it.
You want to talk about what makes these two servers unique in the family?
Yeah, absolutely. So two very different animals, both 4-socket servers, but this guy really designed for expansion. The 580 is all about extremely large footprint, up to 4 terabytes of memory. Soon will be 8 terabytes of memory when the 64 gig DIMMs begin shipping in August, and lots of expansion slots. So think about a large database, Fusion I/O cards in there. You know, you got accelerators that are running this thing. This is based on Intel's E7 architecture. This guy is a 4-socket server using the E5 architecture, and it's all about density of compute. So not quite as much expansion capability in terms of where you can go with the I/O slots, but all the compute power. So it's really exciting. Both of them, very versatile platforms. We see them typically used for database environments, OLTP, CRP, ERM environments, but also people that want large numbers of virtual partitions running a hypervisor. So they're both extremely popular platforms for that.
So sitting out on the front of this 560 unit here, you've got a couple of drive cage configuration options. Can you talk about those?
We sure do, yeah. So a lot of flexibility built into this. Unlike the last version of it where you had one cage, or alternatively, at the time you purchased it, you told us you wanted the other cage, we could give you small form factor or large form factor disk drives. This guy has 3 different cage alternatives. They'll support small form factor or large form factor drives, but you can populate this with up to 8 small form factor drives to give you a total of 24. So we've essentially doubled the capacity of what we were able to do from a disk drive capability. And one of these can actually, if you need an optical drive, can be the device that you use to support your optical drive as well. So it's all about flexibility, allowing us to use different workloads, and therefore providing the right workload for the right economics for our customers, faster time to business value.
So in the past, I have looked at the 360 and the 380. What is different in the product family from the 360 380 line to the 560 580?
So there's a lot of commonality between that analogy, that comparison, and this comparison, right? So 360 is a 1U 2-socket server. The 380, the most popular server in the world, is a 2U 2-socket server. This is kind of the big brother arrangement for that. So both of these are 4-socket servers, 2U, 4U. But we try to have commonality of components between what we do on those platforms and what we do on these platforms, right? So while the Intel silicon is different, the memory DIMMs are identical. A lot of the things that we do with power supplies and with expansion cards, the array controllers, all can be very, very common throughout all those platforms.
And I'm assuming, like where you see kind of red handles and blue handles, that identifies hot and cold swappable, much like the
That's exactly right. Just like what we do on the 380. So if it's got the what we call port wine color, that's a hot pluggable device. So you can remove that. This just means it's removable, but not necessarily hot pluggable. One thing more I wanted to show you on this guy that I think is kind of interesting. Last time around we had one single motherboard, but we gave some trade-offs. This time we actually stacked them, and what that allows us to do is to remove one of the motherboards and stack what we're doing from a processor and memory perspective, and that frees up more real estate up front for us to do some more of these flexible things that we've done with the disk drives up front.
So now, is this a scenario where you could run with only 2 of those in?
That's exactly right. So typically when people buy 4-socket servers, they're putting all 4 of those processors in there. This guy, we think, is a fair amount of the market that may choose to populate with just 2, one motherboard only, and then keep it as future expansion capabilities.